Hello. Dun, 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 dun. And welcome everyone to this audio fan commentary on Jurassic Park 3. Yes, the third movie in the Jurassic Park franchise. There are currently 5 movies, soon to be 6 next year. But this movie was directed by Johnston and released in 2001. So quite a long time ago. Nearly 20 years ago, which is crazy actually. So yeah, this is a very interesting film. This is a film that a lot of people aren't really too fond on, to be honest. But I think maybe it's time for Jurassic Park 3 to have a bit of a defense, and I think we are the defense. Not to say that this film is perfect, but myself and my good friend Jack, the film fanatic, who's joined me today, as always, we are going to sort of give our insight into why we don't think Jurassic Park 3 is the piece of shit that people say it is, because I don't think it's shit, and I think people should give it a chance. I mean, you've got to take it for what it is. We'll go into it as we watch the film, but yeah, and again, this is just personal opinion. If you hate Jurassic Park 3, you may not enjoy this video. I mean, hopefully you will, but yeah. So just like before, this isn't a profit commentary. We're just doing this for fun and just expressing personal opinions. Can't show the image of the film for legal reasons. And yeah, if you have the DVD or Blu-ray, pop it in and put it to 0 and press play when we press play. So then you can follow with us. I know it's an awkward way of doing it, but unfortunately, it's the only way we can do it. So, with that being said, Jack, do you want to do the countdown, or do you want to say anything before we begin?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. Yeah.
You got mail.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's quite funny. You get a phone in a pile of shit in this film. But,
Yeah. In the words of Jeff Goldblum, that is one big pile of shit.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I haven't seen this in a while, so
Yeah.
should be good.
Yeah, neither have I actually. I've not watched this film for a few years. It's actually the shortest movie in the series as well, at 90 minutes. It's really not very long. So yeah. Shall we begin?
Oakley Dokley.
Do you want me to do the countdown, or do you want to do it?
I can do it. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, so it's the music. It's a different kind of opening to the first 2 films. I mean, that came before it. The first film was a very dark and sort of suspenseful opening. The second film, similar. Now, the third film, it's actually not too, it doesn't become suspenseful until sort of later on. We're just seeing, what's his name? Eric, the son of the Kirbys, and his friend go on their paragliding or whatever. So it's, a chance to get to know him as a character and kind of basically sort of setting up the plot, really. The fact that he's going to get stuck on the island.
Yeah. I like the logo for this one. Like the 3 is literally a dinosaur claw mark.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool, but yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure it's not Wolverine?
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, Jurassic Park 3, like, as a kid, this was always my favorite Jurassic Park film because it was the most action-packed and it was only 90 minutes long. So, when it came down to it, I think I always loved this one the most because, like I said, it was very short, loads and loads of action in it. And, I mean, yeah, and I think, I think Jurassic Park 3 has to be enjoyed on a sort of, action flick level. Like, if you're looking for like an emotional story, it's you're not going to get that as much as the first one.
Yeah.
And this is definitely more action orientated, but I don't actually think that's a bad thing. I mean, for me, this one kicks the shit out of the second film, which I know there are people who defend it, like Harry and Chris Stuckman and others, but I just cannot get into the Lost World. I find that film incredibly boring. Um,
Yeah,
at least it's like romps by, and you can have a bit of fun with it. Like the Lost World, just for me was a complete letdown of a sequel. Like I mean, a lot of people prefer Lost World to this, but I mean, I prefer this to Lost World because at least this is a bit of fun, and you can sort of turn your brain off and have a bit of fun with the action. Like Lost World, there's just one boring scene after another, and you got that stupid climax with the T-Rex or whatever in a city and stuff, and it just didn't work for me. But yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, The Lost World is not a very good movie, in my opinion. But I've seen worse movies, but it's just a drag. It's just a boring drag. So I appreciate that this film does romp along. It is a much quicker paced film, and it's shorter, so it's very tight. But at the same time, the fact that they put more effort into the action than the plot is kind of a shame, really. I don't think Joe Johnston really is as good a dramatist as he thinks he is. I mean, this you have a clear, there is a clear, you know, emotional pull to this film. It's about a family. It's about the parents and the son. And you would think that they would spend time developing them as characters, but I mean, you get the odd moment here and there, but there's not enough time spent on that family dynamic, and I think that's what lets it down. And it just feels like, I mean, a lot of the action feels sort of meaningless, but at the same time, the action's enjoyable. Like, it's fun, but it's more fun than it is good, I think. Like, I'd give it a pass. But I do still think the first film is the best, and I think the Jurassic World films are actually better than this as well. But I think on a rainy day, if you've got popcorn in the house and if you've got a drink, you can just, like you say, have fun with it. Take it for what it is. It's not a terrible film. There are way worse movies than that.
yeah. I do like that transition there of the long neck, and then you got Brontosaurus or whatever, then you got the reintroduction of Dr. Alan Grant, and
Yeah. I mean, is it just me, or those toy dinosaurs? Did he go to the BBC and buy them off the Doctor Who producers who made Invasion of the Dinosaurs?
Oh, God. Well, maybe because I'd rather watch this than that dino piece of crap. But yeah,
Dino doo-doo. But isn't it interesting how Laura Dern's character Ellie has settled down with someone else? Wasn't she? She was sort of with Alan in the first one, wasn't she? But I think because he doesn't like kids, it was never going to work out, was it?
yeah. I suppose she always wanted kids. I think that's one thing that does disappoint me a little bit about this film is that, at the end of the first one, he did grow to sort of appreciate kids a lot more. Like, he went on the journey of those kids, and I think he grew to like kids at the end of that film. And here they're sort of, no longer together, and I mean, I suppose it's more realistic, but it would have been nice if he got together with her and had a kid or whatever. But
Yeah, I suppose it was never in the cards. And I don't know what they were thinking. They obviously forgot about the end of the first one. I mean, I guess because it had been such a long time since the first one, and like Sam Neill wasn't in the second one, so they had to kind of go back and think, oh, how are the characters different to the first one? But I mean, at least they're still friends. They're obviously on good terms. But I mean, her role in this film is basically a cameo, so it would be nice to see her come back in Jurassic World Dominion, the next film. But yeah, I mean, the human characters have always been sort of interesting in these films. Even in this film, there are some good characters, even if they're not all fleshed out. They're still good. They're good enough, for what this film is.
yeah, no, yeah, no, I agree. I think this one. I think the reason why I prefer this one to the second one as well is that they brought
Was more
back
fun.
Alan Grant. it's more fun. But they brought back Alan Grant as the main character, and I mean, he was the main character in the first one, and I always found him a much more compelling character than Jeff Goldblum's character in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they brought him
Ian
back for
Malcolm.
Lost World. Yeah. I find Ian Malcolm a bit of a cocky prick, but
Yeah, I mean that is kind of the point of his character, that he is kind of meant to be like that, but that he is sort of cocky. But there is truth in what he says, and he even continued to say it in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and yeah, here we are. But yeah, we'll talk about him in another commentary if we ever commentate on the first one or the Lost World.
Well, that's if I could stay awake for the Lost World, but yeah. Very, very boring film, but yeah.
That's one thing also in the Jurassic Park films, is that each one of them has children or a child character. Like the first one, you got John Hammond's grandkids. The second one, you've also got John Hammond's grandkids, but also you've got Ian Malcolm's daughter. In this one, you have Eric, the son of the Kirbys. In Jurassic World, you've got Claire's nephews. And in the Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, you've got Maisie, the clone girl. So I don't know why. It just seems to be a constant trait in each of the films. And I'm assuming Maisie will be in the next movie anyway, because of the way the fifth one ended. But yeah, I just find that strange.
Yes, sir.
I think the reason that the kids are in all the sequels and in the original is sort of appeal to families, because Jurassic Park aren't they're not the most like violent films out there. They're sort of geared towards a family audience. So I think maybe that's the reason why they have kids in them. So kids can sort of identify with the kids in the films, but yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, I guess that is the reason, to appeal to the wider crowd.
Yeah. It's funny. I kind of like the fact that in this one, they bring him back to the island, but it's the other island. It's not Isla Nublar. It's Isla Sorna, the one he hadn't been to. The one that he,
Lost World.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
so he doesn't really. He's a bit out of his depth. Like, the first one, like he would, like, if he went back to the same island, he'd know where he was going and all that. But yeah.
And also for the viewers, get used to that ringtone, because that plays quite a lot in the film. The cell phone ringtone.
Yeah. Yeah, I parodied that. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of iconic now, that ringtone. I would kind of like that as my ringtone, but
Jeez.
Oh, it's a lethal weapon here.
Yeah. It's funny. They end up taking two pilots and is Cooper, the guy who was shooting. I'm assuming he's like a bodyguard or soldier or something.
Yeah. One thing I will say about the third one as well is like I think the second one, like the characters I didn't really give a shit about them. Like, Jeff Goldblum, his wife, and all. I didn't really care for their characters because the film's like so sloppily paced, and I don't think the characters were developed that well. And yeah, also like the story just wasn't that engaging. Like just
yeah.
Like,
I mean, as for the characters here, I mean they're okay. They're a bit better than some of the characters we've had. They're not awful characters, but they don't, because the film's so short, they don't all get some like time to be fleshed out. I mean, this guy Billy, like, I never cared for him very much, but the other ones are all decent. Although there's a thing with Billy, like later on, which doesn't make sense, how he's alive at the end. But we'll we'll get to that later. It's a weird thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always kind of thought, you know, I don't know, like maybe because, I mean, Spielberg didn't direct this one, but I always kind of thought like Alan Grant reminded me a bit of Indiana Jones with the hat he wears, like the hat he wears now. He looks like Indiana Jones a bit with the hat.
Yeah. Funny. I thought of that a few years ago, and I made an edit called Alan Grant, Dr. Alan Grant and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like a fan made, like a trailer with the Indiana Jones theme on. I guess that's what they were going for. They were trying to, you know, instead of sort of painting him out as like an archaeologist, or sorry, not an archaeologist, a paleontologist. They're trying to make him look like more of an action hero in this film, which is kind of surprising when you think about it, because he didn't dress like this in the first one.
Well, he did sort of have that hat in the first one, but yeah,
he didn't wear it that much, not as much as he wears it in this film.
Yeah, I suppose, but you know, this looks pretty similar to the one in the first one. But, yeah. I mean,
I mean, it doesn't bother me at all, but it definitely is like an Indiana Jones look.
Yeah, like in the first one and then this one, yeah. I really expect him to like Don Connery, you know, be like, "Oh, Junior, I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne," you know.
Junior.
Yeah.
No, please, God.
God. Yeah. No, I mean, I think I do like the actor here, the one of the mustache that he was in. I forget the actor's name, but I think he was in Fargo.
William H. Macy is his name.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good in this, and he was in Fargo.
The only thing I don't understand is why do they lie? Like, why do they just tell him, like, "Oh, our son is trapped on this island. Can you help us rescue him?" Surely that's an extreme cause for concern, and he would do all he can to help them anyway. I mean, like, what do they gain by lying to him? Like, it just doesn't. It's unnecessary. It doesn't really do anything for the story. I guess they're trying to create tension later on, but at the same time, it's pointless. But no, that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, I think maybe the reason why they lie to him is because, you know, he says like nothing on earth will bring me back to that island, and he's really adamant that he doesn't want to go. And I think they're worried if they said, you know, like, if they said to him that, you know, can you go back to the island? Yeah, you know, we can't pay you anything, but can you go back? He might just say, well, no, if I'm getting nothing out of it, then I don't know. But yeah,
yeah, I mean they're just bribing him, aren't they? And it's funny, like, I don't know why I find this funny. It sort of turns out he works, like, the dad works for a DIY company or something, and he sells paint or something. And he pretends to be this big businessman.
Yeah, he turns out he's not that rich. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, I think with this film as well, like, I think this sort of ended the series for a while because, you know, I think after this one, people were sort of done with Jurassic Park, and then they did the Jurassic World film in 20.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. This film got bad reviews, so that kind of said to them, "Oh, well, no more Jurassic Park films." But actually, they planned a fourth one, but it was in development hell for like 10 years. So I think that's why there was such a long gap. But yeah, certainly nobody was really interested after this one. But thankfully, they brought the series back a few years ago. It's weird. I guess that Alan still has sort of PTSD from Jurassic Park because he has that dream, which is so stupid. You gotta laugh at it though.
Yeah, Alan. Alan should use that for his. He should use that for his YouTube channel.
Yeah. Should ask him to review Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. I wonder if he's seen Jurassic Park 3 and like when that dinosaur was saying Alan, he'd be like, yes. Oh.
I know it's meant to resemble his PTSD, but it does look kind of goofy.
Yeah. The dinosaurs dead on the plane. Yeah.
I don't know if Alan is in our friend Alan. I don't know if he is a fan of Jurassic Park. To be honest, he never really talked about them. I think he said he liked the first one, but he wasn't crazy about it. So.
Yeah.
Never get tired of that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Although actually this time the score is composed by someone else, but he's basically just taking all of John Williams' music and rewriting it, recomposing it rearranging it. That's the right word for this one. But it's fine because everybody loves the music, so.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like John Williams did it. It's always funny. Everything goes wrong with these islands. Like, you think they'd learned, by the Jurassic World films, like, you shouldn't keep fucking dinosaurs in a contained space and expect nothing to go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. They just don't seem to learn, and I think that's the whole point of the ending of Fallen Kingdom. Is Jeff Goldblum saying, "Oh, no one learns. No one realizes that we've got to stop meddling with evolution, and we've got to stop trying to play God." And it's like, yeah, you would have thought after 3 or 4 disasters that they would have learned, but no, they haven't. So, yeah, and also I think the Blu-ray transfer is done very well. It looks pretty clear.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Blu-ray transfer for this one's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching the first one on Blu-ray and thinking, my God, it looks quite grainy. At certain points, anyway, it's not too bad. Yeah, this one looks a bit better. I mean, obviously, it's more recent. It's like 2001. So yeah, but obviously, it wasn't shot in HD.
Well, I mean, if it was done on film, then it's shot in HD because I think film can go up as high as 8K when you're putting it out for Blu-ray and stuff. You can like go really, really high resolution if it's shot on film. But yeah, I mean, personally, the film grain never bothers me because it's part of the film. So if you get rid of the grain, then the picture just looks awful. But yeah,
I mean, this was made in 2001, so it was sort of before HD was really a thing. But it's it's a well shot film. I'll give it that. It looks good, and it's it gets on with the action pretty quickly. So can't really complain.
Yeah, I mean it looks great on Blu-ray. I mean, yeah. I think as well with film as well. The higher the like the better the film that you've got, like the less grainy it is, the better resolution. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty non-stop thrill ride,
Yeah, they just arrived and suddenly there's a dinosaur wheeling at them.
They left Cooper behind.
Bye.
Yeah. See ya.
Oh, she just ran over them.
What do you mean? Get out of the way. You should have let him on the plane. Woo! Yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy to assume why we really liked this as kids. Actually, this was the first Jurassic Park film I ever saw. So, as a kid, I remember watching this movie on holiday when I went to Turkey. I think I was only about 5 or 6. I have like vague flashing memories of watching this film, and I quite liked it because of the dino action. I watched it with my dad. But yeah, obviously over time I've realised it's not the best Jurassic Park film, but yeah, and everyone seems to dislike it. So well, each to their own, but it's not that bad.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah, people. I mean, it's fair enough they dislike it, but I mean, personally, I've always enjoyed Jurassic Park 3, and yeah, as a kid, it was my favorite because of all the dino action in it, and it is a very action-packed film. I think for kids, this would probably be their favorite one because of all the action and stuff in it. And I mean, one thing I will say about Jurassic Park 3 is they could have either gone down the route of Lost World or gone for a more action route. I'm kind of glad they did the action route here because I'd rather, have action and thrills than, a boring arse film with like Lost World was. But, yeah.
I mean, it is a lot of spectacle, and it does. I guess people just find it a bit tiresome, which is fair enough. I just think that having the story be sort of more centered on the emotional story would have been better. But still, I can't complain about the dino action, and some of the practical effects are appreciated. So, in that respect, the film does a decent job.
The prosthetics pretty good in this. Like the animatronic dinosaur is pretty good here. Animatronic dinosaurs, but yeah.
Yeah. And you still get the the odd CGI shot here and there. I mean, some of the CGI is a bit dated now, but it's not too bad. It sort of slots in okay. Also, the actress that plays the mum, she does scream a lot, but yeah, it's not too bothersome. But yeah, she does a lot more screaming than talking.
Yeah. I mean, there is, I would say, I mean, even though this is more action, there is an emotional story beat to it, like, an emotional storyline, like, they're trying to find their son because they're worried that, their son's is dead or gonna die, so trying to save him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's there, but they don't do anything with it. And that's what bothers me about this film. It's like you could have done so much more with the parents finding the son and focus on the family relationships. I mean, I know it's basic, but it would have given this film a bit more of a sentimentality. Because it does sort of just feel like kind of mindless action and not much of a story. But again, enjoyable. I'm not saying it's bad, but I still think this film could have been a lot better. But yeah.
Well, I agree with that. It could have been a better film, but it's fun for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And on Blu-ray, it does look pretty good.
If the effects still hold up pretty well, I think, for a film that's 20 years old.
Yeah. Later on, I think there's a shot of a Brontosaurus, which does look a bit dated, but that's not too bad. I mean, it's not as dated as like the first two. The first two have CGI, which is a bit dated.
Yeah. That's one thing about Jurassic Park. Like, I think now with technology, like maybe Spielberg could have made it all prosthetic and all animatronic and non CGI. But I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. That animatronic there, that T-Rex, like when I was looking at them, that looked amazing.
Yeah. And okay, yeah, the next shot it isn't CGI, but it's not it's all right. It's not too bad. It slots in nicely. I think the Jurassic World films have too much CGI. I think they could have had more prosthetic dinosaurs, but that's just my opinion anyway.
Yeah, no, I will agree with that. I mean, I think there's sort of over reliance on CGI there, and the CGI just it'll be never as convincing as animatronic and prosthetic. Like,
Yeah, because it's a flavor of the old times. It's a flavor of the way they used to make films. Before, there was a time when you had to rely on animatronics and models and miniatures and all that sort of stuff. But now CGI it's almost become a bit of a magic wand and a bit of a safety blanket, if you know what I mean. It's yeah, it's like a safety net for the filmmakers because you can make anything.
yeah, it's not just that. It's just it's so obvious when you see CGI stuff in a film, and like it looks fake, and you're sort of taken out of it. When you see an animatronic, it looks real because it's actually there. They've actually constructed that in flesh on the set, so it looks real. More convincing. Where CGI looks a bit too polished, a bit too clean. You can sort of see. You can always tell when there's CGI, and it always takes you out a little bit. But yeah.
Mm. It's funny they thought it was the same island that he'd been on. So I guess they were kind of lucky, really, to get him there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably wants a grant right now. Come to this island.
Yeah. I mean, this is a bit of a shame. Like he's kind of acting a bit like he doesn't care. He's just, I guess he feels betrayed by them. They did lie to him, so in the end, I suppose he can't really leave without them. Like how else are they going to get home? So yeah.
Yeah.
For your son.
Direction there you go.
Yeah. The sets look good here, like the jungle sets and all that. Like.
Mm. It does, yeah. It does look good, and it doesn't look like the same sets as the Lost World, because obviously the island is meant to be the same island, but yeah.
How much weight did you say it was? 25 pounds. Swimming.
Yeah.
How to swim? I might learn.
Aren't the Kirbys? Aren't they actually divorced or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are.
Oh right, I thought they were divorced, and then in the end they obviously get back together for their son, but it was never really made that clear. Or at least I mean I can't remember. It's been a few years since I've watched this film.
Yeah. No, I mean I always find like Alan Grant interesting because he's sort of got all this knowledge
Yeah.
about dinosaurs and stuff like that.
I mean, maybe he should have been in The Lost World, but I suppose it would have been pointless because the story was about Jeff Goldblum trying to find his girlfriend and go to the other island. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think with Jurassic Park, I'm looking forward to the next one, but I really think I think that is going to be the last one, this new Jurassic World trilogy, and I think they should just call it a day in Jurassic Park because I don't think there's not much more you could do if dinosaurs,
Yeah.
exhaust all the storylines you could do,
Yeah. I mean, we can save this sort of conversation for another day, but yeah, I agree. It's time to hang up the hat, really. I mean, they're getting all the cast together from all the films to I guess, bring a certain sense of closure, a sense of completion. But I mean, never say never when it comes to the money that it will make. But yeah, I think from a story point of view, it should really end. I can't see why it needs to continue. But yeah, I mean, this film, this one isn't bad. You know, it's yeah. There are far worse films than Jurassic Park 3.
Oh yeah, that's true. One thing I will say though, like about Fallen Kingdom is I kind of thought the ending to that was a bit stupid, where they released all the dinosaurs like into society. It's like, well, you know,
Well,
it's like you're kind of asking for humanity to get killed off by these dinosaurs, but
well, that's the thing.
yeah,
You can argue it was stupid, but Fallen Kingdom made you empathize with and sympathize with the dinosaurs, and they were putting the characters to the moral test. Really, like they just saw them as creatures who wanted to live and wanted to survive. They didn't want to let them die, you know, like callously like that. So yeah, that was that was it. But I can understand what you mean. Yeah, from a literal point of view, yeah, the dinosaurs are going to cause carnage in the world. And that's the thing Jeff Goldblum said is like, well, now you've caused Earth's destruction. We're going to have to learn to live with this now. But it'll be interesting to see how they go forward with that. But I didn't think it was that stupid. But it's certainly it's a very ambiguous ending. It's a very interesting ending. It's certainly open for debate. But yeah, and I mean other people have dissed on it, but I actually quite like it. I think it's interesting. But yeah, anyway, back to Jurassic Park 3.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. They got the camera of when they crashed. And then
Yeah,
I think you find the body of the other guy, like with his son still alive.
yeah. It's amazing actually how their son Eric, he's survived for what 8 weeks or something. He's managed to kind of be self-sufficient. I don't know what he's done for food, but he's certainly I think he's managed to sort of drink. He drinks his own fluid or something. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do
Those-
that to survive, but it's obviously quite unpleasant. But yeah,
Oh, he drank his own piss.
yeah. Alan.
Oh shit. It's interesting how the dinosaurs literally all the flesh ripped off the bone.
Oh God. To be fair, that would freak me out. No direction needed. Literally, just go mad. Literally, just be terrified.
Yeah. Run away. Run away, you cowards.
Yeah. Oh, bless her. She's struggling.
Well, I mean, she's probably thinking what's happened to her son. So,
Yeah. Yeah. She just wants her son back. Actually, to be fair, the kid that actually plays Eric he's actually quite decent. You know, he's not a bad child actor as they go.
yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I mean, certainly much better than a lot of the other ones. It's like Jake Lloyd. Yeah, Jake Lloyd from the Phantom Menace, he's way better than him.
Yippee!
God. He would not suit this film at all.
No, oh God. Imagine if he played Eric. He'd look at a fucking velociraptor and go, "Are you an angel?"
Yeah.
Oh God. Speaking of raptors, see their eggs.
Oh, they want to make an omelette.
Yeah. Alan Grant has felt a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, but that's the wind breaking from his
Yeah.
arse.
Oh God. Yeah. The only thing I don't really get is why does Billy steal the eggs? Like, what does he have to gain? I suppose he just. Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
I suppose he wants to make money, like, and if he
yeah,
brings these eggs back, he'll probably be, get a lot of money for them. But yeah,
yeah. He's trying to be like, well, he's supposedly meant to be Alan's protege, isn't he? But he's a bit of a loose cannon, I think, Billy. He's trying to, he's sort of a bit of a show off, I think.
yeah, it definitely is.
Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
Yeah, bloody hell! Next year will be the 20th anniversary of this.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then, yeah, they'll be releasing the next film next year.
Yeah, I mean, this franchise is going on quite a while. Like, the first one was '93, I think. Yeah.
So yeah, nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, accounting the big gap between this film and Jurassic World, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, these films are just kind of fun to watch for the dino action anyway. I mean, except it's just the other ones are longer and they build up to it more. Well, obviously, The Lost World is boring anyway, but even so, yeah, sometimes it's nice just to watch Jurassic Park to not think about it. But at least the first one has kind of an intriguing idea about how they brought the dinosaurs back. So, yeah.
One thing I don't get about this is like Billy smashes that vending machine with all the chocolate and shit in it, and they're eating it, or like whatever food's in there. But like, this place has been abandoned for fucking years. Like, wouldn't that food all be like off and shit?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't want to eat that, like,
Exactly. Check the date, Yeah. And surely they would have brought food with them, or did it all must have all got destroyed on the plane,
Yeah. It's just it's like he just smashes open the vending machine, and place been abandoned for years, so like all that food's gonna be off.
Huh.
Kind of
This is
interesting
weird.
here. Yeah, with dinosaur embryos, like.
I think this island was used as another a research facility, and obviously the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park from Eyes of the Nublar were kind of shipped over. So yeah, this island was always just kind of a backup. Oh, this is freaky, actually.
Yeah, this is actually well done.
Whoa! I remember as a kid, actually, that freaked me out. That made me jump.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a well directed bit there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Joe Johnston this. He could direct a suspenseful scene quite well. Yeah, I just kind of wish he put more focus into the story, but
One thing that's interesting is that Jurassic World, they have those embryos. Sorry, they do those tests. They do that testing on the dinosaurs. They sort of make dinosaur hybrids, and here they got the embryos, and it's like you're wondering, like, maybe they were thinking about crossbreeding dinosaurs back then, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had already been crossbreeding amphibian DNA with the mosquito blood or whatever to create the dinosaurs in the first one. But I think since then their technology improved, so they were able to crossbreed different dinosaurs. It's kind of messed up when you think about it. It's sort of disgusting, really. But yeah, they just keep meddling.
I do like that scene there where like the raptors like calling to them, and he's like, oh, he's calling to them, calling to the other raptors. Yeah.
The herd. I think this was sort of taken inspiration from the first film, because there's a scene where he's with the kids in the first one and he's running from a herd.
Yeah. The one thing I never understand is like, in all the Jurassic Park films, they never seem to learn the lesson that, you know, letting dinosaurs out in a like where people are around, it's not a good idea. Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, it isn't. I mean,
yeah. Uh-oh.
Shit.
Yeah, this film was quite a big body count.
Yeah. Oh god. They broke his back. They cracked his spine or something.
There he is, there's Billy.
Yeah. Billy boy.
They're all dead.
Yeah. I think they snapped Udesky's neck or something. Yeah.
Yeah. They put like a oh, shit.
Oh, that's pretty freaky, actually.
I don't know like the big access to these dinosaurs.
God, seems to like every sort of scene she has to have a heart attack or something. She gets so freaked out, bless her.
It's so interesting. Is like, oh, what are you saying? Like, you know, trying to find out like how they communicate and stuff. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh yeah, there they snap his neck. Yeah.
I mean, he was already dead. They didn't really need to do that, but
Yeah. I think when they stepped on him, they broke his spine, and then I think the claw must have dug right into him. So, yeah.
Surprised he didn't eat him.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I can't believe we're actually halfway through it already.
Yeah.
It has gone quickly. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if this film went on for longer, but, you know, yeah, taking it how it is.
Yeah, that's true. And here he is. Here's his son.
Yeah, Eric. Isn't it convenient how he found that sort of little den to... Actually, yeah, is that like a crashed plane or something?
I think so. It's some kind of secret location where the dinosaurs do a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, the parents are divorced. Oh, yeah. I thought so.
Hmm. This is shot quite well.
You're Alan Grant.
Oh God. No. I mean, Sam Neill, like, his hair looks blonder in this one. Like maybe dye his hair blonde, but
Yeah. To me, it looks fairly similar. And there's not too much difference from what I can tell. But yeah, perhaps he was trying to cover his grey spots. Maybe he was going grey. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
I think Sam Neill's Australian, isn't he?
I think he's from New Zealand, but actually he was born in Northern Ireland. But yeah,
Yeah, he has kind of an interesting accent, doesn't he, when he speaks?
yeah, sort of a New Zealand British sort of accent. But yeah, no, I mean he's a pretty good actor though. I've seen him in Peaky Blinders. He's very good in that.
Yeah.
In the first two series he's in, he's very good. But yeah.
Oh, T-Rex P. Yuck. Well, Sam Neill does a good American accent, I think, in the Jurassic Park films. Interesting that he chose to play him American. I suppose I don't know if it was ever essential in the script, but I think the accent is convincing. Sam is asking in the chat, can we next do a commentary on a classical modern Doctor Who story? Yeah, don't see why not. Actually, I have an idea about that, Jack. If you're up for this, seeing as I bought the Macra Terror today on Blu-ray Steelbook, we could do that if you want.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
I mean, unless you have another suggestion, of course, that's fine. But as I've never seen the animation for it, it might be quite nice. But I'm assuming you own the Blu-ray Steelbook.
Yeah, no, I own the Blu-ray, yeah, so we could do a commentary on that, and I look forward to re-review of that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I will re-review it at some point, but I might continue with the Davison reviews for a bit.
Yeah.
Alan!
Alan!
That's literally the tagline for this film. Alan.
Yeah. I could just imagine Alan right now responding like, "What? What is it, you guys? What?"
Yeah. I don't know what these two are laughing about.
I don't know why they keep calling my damn name. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. I wanted more scenes like this in the film. Scenes to sort of, really reflect on the characters and really build up the emotional side of the story. There's not enough of this. This could be my favorite scene in the film, actually. It's really good. It's well done. See, the idea is there in the script. It's just not explored enough. Too much focus on the action. But again, I've resigned myself to the fact that this film is just an action film. It's just an action romp. So, yeah.
It's an action, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's more action than story, which you can either take it or leave it.
That's not too long as well.
Yeah, it's only 90 minutes, so yeah. That's why I think this is a lot more tolerable than Lost World. That film just dragged like nobody's business.
Yeah.
I mean, funnily enough, this feels more like a film directed by Spielberg than The Lost World did, because it feels more like a sequel to the first one.
Yeah.
With
I mean, I think Spielberg was involved with this. He was like an executive producer or something. but he just didn't want to direct it. Well, actually, no. Actually, apparently, Joe Johnston begged him to direct it. Apparently, he really wanted to do a Jurassic Park film, allegedly. So that's what I heard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What else has Joe Johnston directed? I'm trying to think.
Directed the first Captain America film, and by first I mean the first Avenger, not the 1990 shitfest.
Yeah. So by no accounts, an amazing director, but a competent director. At least.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he's decent. I can't remember what other films he's done. I think he's done a fair amount. He was actually signed on to direct the Chronicles of Narnia, The Silver Chair, but I don't think that's going to happen now. It's just always been in development hell. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's sort of Narnia series ended a while back, sadly, but yeah.
Funny, because according to IMDb, Joe Johnston was a visual effects person for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's pretty interesting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Johnston. He's not directed many films. He directed Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Rocketeer, Jumanji, October Sky, Jurassic Park 3, Hidalgo, The Wolfman, Captain America: The First Avenger, Not Safe for Work, Lumen, which was a TV film, The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, which was okay, and that's kind of it. And he's in pre-production for a film called Shrunk. So he's not actually done that much.
Yeah. Quite a lot of scenes where she sort of, trying to find her son or whatever, and kind of backfires.
Yeah. I mean, the story has some bittersweet moments, but not enough of them. That's kind of my my original feeling.
Yeah. He's here.
Yay, finally.
They found his son. God, do you remember the T-Rex just came up right now and at them all? Reunited in his stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, see. We needed more scenes like this.
Yeah. And he used to try to climb over the fence before it goes electric.
My phone? Your son heard it. I don't have it. When did you use it? On the plane.
Uh-oh.
I like the way they transition into this. They just hear the noise of the cell phone and it's inside the dinosaur.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Run. I can't deny it. This is very entertaining.
Oh.
They
That
thought
big dinosaur. That was a really big dinosaur.
Yep. I don't know the breed of that dinosaur, but yeah, it's big and it's bad.
And then he finds out about Billy and the eggs.
Yeah.
Why would like Billy tell him though? I don't get it. Like, like if you want to make a quick buck, you shouldn't have told Alan. But yeah,
Yeah. I think Alan had a bit of an inkling, but at the same time, yeah, it is stupid that he would tell him he stole the eggs, but
yeah.
like if you bring them back though, like when they hatch, they're just going to cause madness. I mean, they'll grow up to be life-size raptors. It's you can't really, you can't control raptors. Well, despite what Jurassic World will tell you, but yeah, I don't think it's conceivable that Chris Pratt's character in the fourth movie, has that control over the raptors. I don't know, like I don't know what Billy's thinking. He just needs a whip. No.
Yeah. It's interesting he doesn't throw the eggs out the window. If that was me, I'd do that.
There's no need for him to throw them out the window. You should just take them back.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that's a bit out of character for Alan Grant. I don't think he would throw dinosaur eggs, over the edge of a window. I think he'd want to take them back, but that's not. That's a writing issue, I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Very wonky.
Yeah. I actually quite like that, though. I think it adds to the sort of atmosphere of the suspense of the scene. So I'll give Joe Johnston credit for that. Whoa.
Yeah, pterodactyls coming up to that.
This is where it all goes wrong for Billy, I think.
Yep. He's so greedy, He'll go back for the flipping eggs and everything,
And not only that, it's also like, okay, yeah, I think he tries to save Eric or something, but then he ends up like, we're meant to think that he's dead, and then like, how the hell did the army or whatever at the end manage to get to him before the others saw them? Like, what? It makes literally no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the film, but I do question it. It just, it's weird.
Okay, come on over.
I'm gonna leave you just for a minute. Okay? And then you're gonna go back to training. Okay? Come on. Water truck. You got to manage the next 2 minutes of lunch. Right. Hold together now.
Go on.
Oh. Oh. It's.
Okay, Eric.
Ooh.
And lo and behold,
Go ahead. Sorry.
lo and behold, something's going to happen to Eric. Of course.
Uh-oh. Dinosaurs are back.
Yeah. Dinosaurs are coming.
What is it? It's a bird cage. For what?
What do you think? The blue tit?
There it
I thought
is.
it actually walks forward and it doesn't fly in, like it just creeps its way in. That's really creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's because there's a frog here.
Yeah.
Eric!
She's gonna feed him to her babies.
Billy, stop! Don't, Billy!
Ooh. One thing I will say about Jurassic Park 3 that is impressive is all the sets and locations and stuff. Are very good.
Yeah, that's true. It is very as a spectacle, it's very impressive. I mean, okay, fair enough. Billy is clearly trying to save Eric, but I still don't care about Billy as a character. It's never really thought much of him.
Whoa.
Hang on. Oh, there's literally nowhere to run.
Uh-oh. Oh, there.
That's just bad luck, isn't it?
Their doctors look pretty good. The CGI's not bad for them, and the that's one looks pretty good as well.
Just jump. Well, okay, you're going to fall into the water anyway. Yay!
Oh.
That's a
Enjoying
pretty
it.
awful way to die.
Yeah. And then Billy miraculously survives. I don't get that.
Just let go of the bag, Billy. Just go into the water. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the character in this one is yeah, I think some of the characters in Jurassic World could have been a bit better. Like, I think Chris Pine's character is very similar to the character Jeff Goldblum played in the second one.
Oh, not really. I mean, Jeff Goldblum's character wasn't a raptor trainer, but oh. Jeez, these bloody birds they don't leave anyone alone.
Yeah. Pterodactyls won't leave him alone.
Yeah. I think it's obviously a defense thing. It's like, they think that anyone in their territory is trying to take their babies or whatever. So they're just trying to protect their young ones. But yeah, not nice to have pterodactyls chasing you. I mean, I can't speak from experience, obviously, but I'm sure it probably isn't.
I'm coming up to the bit soon where they find a phone in the shit and they're trying to make that phone call. So I was finding amusing.
Yeah. Billy miraculously caught up with them as well.
Yeah. There's always look behind you. They built their own boat.
Wow. It's a massive bird cage. So obviously, when the researchers were there, they obviously made that cage, or they captured all the pterodactyls and just shoved them in there just to do research on them and take samples of them and extract them or whatever. So yeah, I guess the birds are just as much prisoners as they were.
Yeah.
Only 22.
I feel bad for their son because his son is sort of caught up. Their son's sort of caught up in all this, and all these creatures trying to kill him and stuff. But he does a pretty good job defending himself and all for a couple of weeks. But yeah.
It's 8 weeks that he was there, but yeah, Eric's a good. He's a good kid. He can fend for himself, but yeah. So yeah, now Billy is apparently, presumably dead, but obviously not. It's what a way to kind of ruin the suspense. It would have actually redeemed Billy's character a bit if they just killed him. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this looks very good in Blu-ray. They did a really good job.
Yeah.
Transfer. I do like this scene here. They're trying to recapture the magic of the first one when Alan Grant first saw the dinosaurs in the original. It's a nice callback, like a nice homage to the first film, the scene.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lovely homage, and that music is great as well.
He's thinking, well, they're not that bad after all, except for the bastards.
Yeah, I mean, that shot there is a tad bit dated.
Yeah, it is a little dated, yeah, but it's not as bad
whatever.
as the first two.
Yeah, I mean, it gets away with it.
Well, yeah. Thank God Vince Vaughn isn't in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince Vaughn is a good comedy actor, but I don't know why they cast him in Jurassic Park. It seemed a bit of a strange casting choice.
Yeah. It reminds me a bit of Kong Skull Island as well, like the way they're sort of on the boat and all that, but yeah. Oh, this scene is disgusting where they have to go through the dino shit, like, ugh. He's gonna need several showers when he gets home.
Go on, yeah. Uh-oh.
That dinosaur's quite weird. Red face, the red.
Yeah. I don't know what breed it is. It looks like some kind of Carnotaurus or something. I don't know. There's so many breeds of dinosaur.
It's raining.
Yeah.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah. This film is literally like one action set piece after the next. Like it is like a bit of a fairground ride. You go from one ride to the next, or a video game, one level to the next. But not that that's necessarily a complaint as such. But yeah, it would have been nice for a bit more substance. But what the heck, it's fun.
Yeah, I always hated this kid when I was younger because Alan Grant's like, "Oh, hand over the phone, hand over the phone to your mom," and then the kid just goes back to playing his dinosaurs and watching Barney.
Yeah, Barney the dinosaur. Yeah,
Yeah,
Charlie.
It's the dinosaur man.
It's the dinosaur man.
Charlie.
Bless him. He's only 3 years old. He's too young to understand that.
yeah. Oh no! Dinosaurs again.
Yeah. When dinosaurs ruled the earth.
He really needs that phone call.
Hello, I'm Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah, or rather, was Jurassic Park than Barney.
Yeah. I guess it's trying to. I guess it's trying to be sort of a little joke, like an in joke, because Barney is a dinosaur. But yeah.
Yeah, I used to like Barney when I was a kid, but not anymore.
Yeah, when I was about 2, I think I watched it until I was about probably 4 or 5, and then stopped watching it after that.
That dinosaur in his nightmare should just appear in the second one, in this one, and be like, "I love you, you love me, we're a happy family."
Yeah, that's the tagline for Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Come on.
Usually she sends the military in.
Yeah. Surely she knows, like, it's okay, so she obviously knows that he's gone to that island, so he's obviously told her. So she just decides, oh, okay, I'll ring the army and see if they can help.
Yeah.
I guess she's
When
got
in doubt,
contact.
then in the military. It's coming to the rescue.
Yeah. This is quite a good finale. It is sort of quite action-packed and entertaining.
Oh. Why did dinosaurs try to eat her? No.
No need to fear. Alan Grant is here.
All this for a fucking phone.
Yeah. It must have been fun, though, to make the film. The actors must have had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I guess with the testament to the animatronic team who made it work, because it must have made the actors feel like it was that real. Like they obviously, I mean, their performances are great, so they obviously invested in it quite significantly. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the Jurassic World films, but the CG, I mean, they're CGI, and you can sort of tell the dinosaurs are CGI. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take me out of the moment as such, but it is more obvious that it's not real than, say, the first three films in terms of their animatronic effects. Of course, all the films use CGI when they need to, but yeah, that was pretty explosive.
Yeah. Say that again.
More of this, please. Well, it's near the end anyway.
Like, definitely going on a journey.
Yeah. He's got a very interesting moustache, isn't he? That's a weird observation. But he's got an interesting one.
Yeah. Oh, and he's not wearing the hat for a change.
I think he lost it in the birdcage.
Oh no. They always seem to be cornered by dinosaurs. They never get a break.
Yeah. So much for nothing on heaven or earth could ever get me on this island.
I'd like to look at it from afar, but not go on it.
Yeah. Yep. It's all Billy's fault. He stole the blooming eggs. You can blame him. I'm actually glad that in this scene she's not screaming her arse off. She's calm. She's trying her best to stay calm, and so she, unlike some other characters in this series, are learning.
They're also playing. They're playing with the back lemons.
He knows his stuff, Alan Grant. They probably would have died without him, to be honest. Probably
And
why they are.
Another military have been selling.
Yeah. We'll take that. I guess the Raptors will be having omelets for breakfast. It's never too late to cannibalize. It's a bad idea. Screw it.
Come on, we're getting all this military.
I mean, you know, this is it me, or is this just too convenient? Like, surely they wouldn't send this many people. You know, all they're doing is picking them up. I know. I guess they thought they had to fight dinosaurs, but yeah, it just seems excessive. How is he alive? Like, how did they find Billy? I don't get it. They literally just turned up. How can he be there? Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. You still there, Jack?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's not over yet. Still got a couple of minutes.
Pretty much at the end, but yeah, no, it's a fun action romp. You know, enjoy it for what it is. Don't read too much into it, and you know, it's a fun
Yeah.
turn your brain off action film.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better, but you know, taking it as it is, yeah, it's fun. I could watch it for the dino action.
I don't know, maybe just looking for a nasty all in the world.
Yeah.
Can't help but just hum the music to Jurassic Park. It's John Williams really creating something iconic there.
On the way, on the verge, it was cheesy, but you know.
It's a good last shot actually to end it on. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that was Jurassic Park 3. That went by rather quickly. So, Jack, what do you think overall of this film?
Overall, Jurassic Park 3, I think it's a fun sequel. It's not amazing. Could be better, but you know, it was a vast improvement of the second film, and it's a fun sort of watch. You know, just sort of watch it for the action, and you know, Sam Neill's going back to his, you know, Alan Grant and all that. You know, I think this is definitely for me much more a worthy sequel than the second one. But yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's not like perfect. Like there are problems here. You know, some of it's a bit unrealistic and stuff, but it's still a fun film. So I'll close off by giving it a 7 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the same length, though. I don't know if I can give it a 7 out of 10, but it's good. It's passable. Like, I give it a pass. It's a missed opportunity for me. I appreciate the dino action, and it is a fun romp, and it moves much quicker than the second film, so I appreciate that. But the story could have been so much more emotional. You have a clear emotional core to the story with the family dynamic. You could have played more on that. There are a couple of good emotional scenes with them. I wanted more of that to really kind of ground it and make you care about the characters more. Because at times it does feel like mindless action and mindless suspense, but at the same time, the action is enjoyable. It's basically become a popcorn, film, in the sense that you could just kind of grab a bag of popcorn, grab a drink, have fun, enjoy the spectacle. That's kind of all there is to it. I do think some of the characters aren't that interesting, like Billy. I don't think the character of Billy is all that good, and I don't know how he survives at the end. I'm sorry, I do not understand that. But it was nice to have Sam Neill back. The kid that plays Eric is good. The two parents are good. I like them. it is. I mean, you could argue that maybe this film is a bit rushed. They've slapped it together in 90 minutes, but take it for what it is. It's not bad. I mean, you can either like it or lump it. The action is fun, and it's certainly not. It's not a dull film to watch. Not a dull moment. Goes by really. It's definitely not the best in this franchise by any means. And I think Joe Johnston's direction, it's all right. It could be better, but I would probably take it over The Lost World simply because The Lost World is a boring drag. I don't hate The Lost World. I just don't really like it. The Lost World is just, it's really boring. This at least wasn't boring. And, I could still... I mean, I can't really invest in this movie, but I can at least enjoy the romp, enjoy the ride. So, yeah, I think, and also the music is good. Naturally, the music in Jurassic Park is always good. So I would give Jurassic Park 3 a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It could be better. It could be worse. But I do think the next two movies are big improvements over this, personally, and I don't think this captures the essence of the first one at all. But yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, that's kind of it, really. Not much else to say about Jurassic Park 3. Thank you to the people in the live chat, Harry and Sam. Thank you very much. And what do you think of Jurassic Park 3? Please comment down below and let us know. And stay tuned next time for more commentaries. So, Jack, is there anything else you want to say before we finish?
Alan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that raptor dream is stupid.
No. I don't think there's really anything else to say. Just thanks for doing the commentary. It's fun.
That's fine. It was fun. Oh, actually, one more thing I'll say is it was nice to have Laura Dern come back for a cameo as Ellie. Yeah, interesting. It's a shame her and Alan Grant didn't stay together, but oh well, whatever. That's a very small part of the story. Yeah, and after this, it would be a 14-year gap between this and the next film. Jurassic World would be the fourth movie, and it wouldn't come out till 2015. I was convinced that this was the last film they weren't going to do anymore, but obviously, it had been a long time, and they were struggling in development with the fourth one, and yeah, they did it. And now they've made Fallen Kingdom as well, and now they're going to make Dominion. So yeah, this franchise is going to have 6 films by next year. So yeah, I mean, and if you don't like Jurassic Park 3, that's fine. I totally understand that. It isn't everyone's cup of tea, and it is a film without any substance, really. But anyway, that's kind of it. So thank you all for listening, and stay tuned next time when we do a commentary on Doctor Who. So until then, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. This is Jack the Film Fanatic. See you soon. Bye for now.